I'm Arenda Holladay, and I teach the basics course and am one of the mentors for the professional knitter certification. And I'm doing this video primarily for my basic students who are on their way to the masters. And one of the things that is discussed is double decreases. And these are very useful for your own knitting as well. You don't need to be a master's student in order to do this. And there are three basic types. This is the first one where you see that they're always worked on 3 stitches, okay? So there are 2 stitches that are decreased at the same time. And in this one, the center stitch stays on top. And you will frequently see this decrease used for tams, to shape the crown of a tam, or a V-neck sweater band. That's very common there. So it's a very useful technique. It's a slip 2, knit 1, pass over. And then this one, you can see the center stitch is underneath, and I've got the stitch on the right on top and the stitch on the left underneath. And this one you most often see in lace, where you're shaping leaves. I don't know why there's so many lace patterns with leaves, but you can see that if I'm shaping the leaf like here, that's a good one to end the top of the leaf. And this one is a knit 3 together. And you rarely see this in lace. You might see it making a bauble or a noop. That's where you'd see that technique. So let's show you how these all work. And I'll get my needles over here. And I've already knit a few rows, and I've got 19 stitches on here. And I'm going to reserve the center 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are my 3 stitches. And then on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess because I just want to have it centered as I would if I were doing it on a real project. So I'm gonna work 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to form this one where I want the center stitch on top, I'm going to slip 2 stitches. Now, this isn't like an SSK where you slip and then you slip. That is not going to do a thing for you. I'm going to slip these 2 stitches as if to knit them together. Now notice that that has placed that first stitch underneath the center stitch, and that's what I want. And I'm going to knit the next stitch, and then I'm going to pass over. So this decrease has a couple of names. One is central double decrease, which is CDD, and the other one is slip 2, knit 1, pass over, and it's usually abbreviated S2KP, or I've seen it, yeah, that's generally the abbreviation. I usually refer to it as CDD in my pattern, so that's why I'm having trouble remembering it. So I'm going to knit, knit, knit to the end, and then I'm going to turn around and purl. And to make these decreases, my yarn's all caught up, I'm going to keep in mind that any time I slip a stitch, that can stretch it out. So it's not so important for the slip 2 together one that we just did, because it's going to be hard to stretch out one of the stitches greater than the other one, because it kind of, when you slip them together, it stretches them out equally, so they don't tend to get as stretched out as the one I'm going to show you next, and that is the slip 1, knit 2 together, pass over. So I'm going to get to my center 3 stitches, and I'm almost there. And I'm going to slip 1. Now this is the one where you can stretch it out. If you stretch this one out too much, then that stitch that's on top is going to be big and sloppy. So you want to just kind of baby it. And in fact, what I sometimes do is like pull a little bit on those stitches to reduce the size of that. I knit those 2 stitches together, and then I just baby this guy, barely pull it over. And you can see I've decreased 3 stitches, but this one is on top, this one's underneath, and the center is underneath that one. And patterns that use these decreases will generally specify which one to use. They're not interchangeable because they do have such a different appearance. But if you run into a pattern where it's telling you to make a double decrease and it doesn't specify, you just want to look closely at a photograph if they have it in the pattern and see which stitch is on top. And if it's the stitch to the right, it's a knit slip 1, knit 2 together, pass over, and if it's a center stitch, it's a slip 2, knit 1, pass over. And there are wrong side versions of these decreases, and if you encounter those in a pattern, it will definitely tell you how to do them. I'm not going to demonstrate them. It's very rarely used. All right, and the final one is knitting 3 together. So there are my center stitches, and I just simply knit them together. Now it is going to place this stitch on top, so it'll be the furthest left stitch, but it really creates more of a bump than a neat defined little element. So if you can see, that's all bumped together. And those are the double decreases.